Hi everyone, it's been a while. A lot of shit has happened since then, since 9 months as of recording this now. First and foremost, I have finished my first semester at my new college. I've been doing a lot of background work and updates for Airlove Engine. If you don't know what that is a game that I created. It's now on Steam, so I'll link that down in the description. I added a VR update, I've added bug fixes, controller support, so the game is doing pretty good, I'd say. So far I've made $121 as of making this video. Obviously, 30% of that goes to Steam, and then I have to cut that in half to give to my friend Henry, who developed the soundtrack and helped me with a lot of ideas. There's also been so much more that has happened, but I am in a position now where I can start recording videos again. So, yeah, so let's get into it. So, there's this game I used to play around 2013. It was called Marble Blast Ultra. During 2013, we had this game on our Xbox 360. We only had the demo. We didn't have the full game, so we couldn't play all the levels, but it still had a fair amount of levels to play, and it was extremely fun. My brothers and I would always play it, just if we were bored or didn't have any other game to play at the time. And this game has always been in the back of my head for a long time now. You know, I've always wanted the developers to port the game or possibly remaster it somehow. Unfortunately, that cannot happen due to licensing issues, I found out. However, I am aware that the developers made a spiritual successor, and that is called Marble It Up Ultra. It's for PC, Nintendo Switch, PS4 and 5, and the Xbox consoles. And I downloaded it, I decided to give it a little go, but I did not like it. The music, the art style, it just wasn't working for me. And yeah, you can say I'm blinded by nostalgia and I'm still hung up on this game, but I felt like Marble Blast Ultra had a unique theme to it, and that's just not what we're seeing in Marble It Up Ultra. So I decided to take it into my own hands and basically create a spiritual fan game, if you will, to Marble Blast Ultra. And this game will be called Mega Marble. So let's get into it. So, first things first, I went online and I was looking at some, basic player controllers for, kind of like how Marble Blast Ultra is, just a ball player controller that can do basic jumping and moving. And I could not find anything, like literally nothing at all, unless I had to pay for it, which I was not trying to do. But I ended up coming across this guy called Hold on, I gotta check it. Yes, no, I was correct. Nethermaker. He made a small clone game of Marble Blast Ultra in Unity, and he posted it to GitHub, and it's free to use according to his license text file. I could use this commercially or as a personal project, so that was good. That was cool of him, so shout out to Nethermaker. I don't believe this guy makes anything anymore, considering this Marble Blast clone was made 6 years ago. Oh my god, 2019 was 6 years ago. Damn. Anyways, I decided to take this package as a starting point, and there was a lot that needed to be worked on. This was made with Unity 2019, I believe. I'm just guessing based off how old this package is. And there's a lot of things I changed about it. So for one, let me get rid of that. So if we click play, obviously there's a lot that still needs to be done here. But what I've done so far is obviously changed the name to Mega Marble. I added my game company logo here, and these UI buttons were all just the basic white, that you would get if you just, spawned in a UI button. Um, this was also all like just a white box, and then just the text, but I've added my own little UI elements here. Obviously, this is going to get changed, this scroll bar. Um, so I tried to, you know, get sort of the color scheme of Marble Blast a little bit in here, or just to make this look like a Xbox 360 arcade UI kind of setup here. But if we click here, click Start Level, uh, there's a little bit of changes I did for the player controller. This is basically how it was, but I just increased the movement, the turn speed, and the jump height to match Marble Blast Ultra. Try to get the same feel of it. Obviously, it's still not there yet. I still feel like it could be better. I might make the player controller turn a little faster, but as you can see here, it's just like Marble Blast Ultra. You spawn in here. It has the timer, the power up, the gem count. If you go over here, boom. Obviously, this white box and these for the text and all this stuff, this will also be changed. But this is basically how the menu was and all that, and I just decided to change it. Obviously, we go over here, we jump. You see what I mean? It's not. It's very, very. It feels like the ball is extremely heavy to control, so you kind of have to watch your speed, which I will change and tinker with. We go up here. I might have to change the turn speed to a little bit more faster. I think it's at 15, maybe turning it to 20. There's a checkpoint there. You go up over here. Boom, next level. Now, there is gems that this guy added, Nether Maker. So that's cool. He basically included the basic package for what Marble Blast Ultra has to offer. Also, here's the pause menu, just basic, and the credits too. I did end up crediting this guy. I'm probably just going to change his name to Nethermaker. I guess it makes more sense to me. But yeah, so this is what I have so far. Obviously, a lot of work needs to be done. So as of right now, it's just me working on this. However, I did ask my friend Jake to also help work on this, and so hopefully he comes back with some pretty cool things. I did ask him to make a logo and to create more color variants for the UI stuff, and we'll see what happens with that. And I think that's going to be a wrap on today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know this video was kind of short, didn't really go into the game development aspects of it, just the surface level of it. So this is going to be part of a series I'm doing, so there will be more videos on this in the future. So yeah, other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.